Well, we've been thinking about what our next project car should be, so we've been on the hunt for a few months now. And, we've done a lot of E36s, a lot of E46s, some E9X cars. We obviously have like the F3X cars that we've been working on at work. We have the M2 that we took to one lap, and that was super fun. But we really were kind of looking for like what our next fun street car project was going to be. So after some digging, we have decided on this G20 M340i for our next project car.
Yeah, pretty excited about this thing. And turns out trying to find one that was still in stock condition was a little bit difficult. Carrie and I were digging around for a while trying to find one. And
yeah,
she kept sending me links to ones. I'm like, but it's got this, but it's got that. And really wanted to find one that was bone stock to be a good baseline, one that had a little bit of love, a little bit of mileage on it, just to kind of...
It's not perfect.
Yeah, showcase what other owners may be going through and experiencing with these cars so that we can kind of go through this process with them, document some of the process with them of what we're gonna do, how we're gonna approach this car, build, whatever we do with it. We don't even really know exactly what we're going to do with it.
Yeah, we're starting with some like regular maintenance stuff, your usual stuff that, refresh some stuff. This is a 2021. We don't know a lot about the history of it before we've gotten it. So yeah, starting with the basics.
First thing gonna attack in this is an oil change. Don't know what oil is in this. And the factory actually calls for 0W20 in this B58 engine, but BMW actually says suitable oil also is 530 or a couple other options, or 030, I believe. The 0W20 really is in there for meeting a fuel efficiency standard, and I want more protection in this engine, so going to go with the Redline 5W30 in this. Redline alone is going to offer more protection, but also going to change that viscosity a little bit to something that honestly is more suitable for longer life in these B58 engines. So going to crack this cover off, which just pops up easy. You got to get to the oil filter housing, which is like back here, a little tucked away. It's a little bit of a pain, but going to get this thing up in the air a little bit, get it draining, and then get that oil filter off. So first time getting under this car and saw this little metal piece poking out right here. I'm gonna wanna pop this cover off, I think. This is a pick. Someone has lost a tool somewhere down in here. So yeah, hopefully there's nothing else hiding. We'll find out. Access the oil drain plug by undoing that. That's just twist that counterclockwise off, and then there's a 17 mil hex bolt right there that will be the oil drain. So we're gonna go and get this baby draining. That's hot. While the drain is open, you want to make sure you open up the fill port so that it relieves pressure and allows everything to drain out properly. While it is still open and draining out, I'm gonna go ahead and get the oil filter changed out and open that up. The oil filter's back here. Carrie, you can come over here, and I don't know if you can see this, but it is tucked away down in here. Try to shine my light down in there. Right there. Yeah, there it is. It's tough to get to. CTA does make this handy little socket that we have on the site that will get down in there. So we're gonna use this 32 mil CTA socket, get that on the top of the housing, and then crack this baby open. I'm gonna have a rag with me here so that I can try to catch any oil droppings as they come out, but this is the oil filter. This actually looks pretty fresh. Supposedly, they did an oil change before we got it from just some local lube shop, but they didn't say what oil it was or anything. And well, out of precaution, I want to go ahead and do my due diligence. So I'm kind of just poking through the filter here to see if there are any metal shavings, anything in here that would be an indicator of some issue inside of the engine. Everything looks good, but also, like I said, they supposedly just did this oil change not very long ago. So also don't know what brand oil filter this is, so gonna go with an OEM man filter, which comes with new O-ring, new seal for the drain plug, but gonna go ahead and pop this O-ring off. I'm going to just lubricate the new one a touch with some oil. Get that set in place, and I'm gonna lubricate. There's a seal in here and a seal out here, and I'm going to also just lubricate those things a touch before getting them in. Then you pop that on. We're gonna toss this back in. Torque spec is listed on here at 25 Newton meters. Don't over torque this thing. You're gonna cause a problem if you do. It's plastic. It does not need to be super, super tight. Follow the torque spec. Now I'm gonna go down, change the seal on the drain plug. We're done draining the oil, and get that drain plug tightened back in. Also, don't over torque that thing. And then we're ready to get this thing filled up.
All right, so capacity is a little under 7 quarts, so we're getting this baby filled back up. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so all we have left to do is put the covers back on and then do the oil service reset with the Foxwell tool, and that will wrap up our oil change.
We are about to attack doing a transmission service on this G20. And one of the tricks here is making sure that you can actually access the fill plug before you get heavily involved in this. So I'm looking at this thing, and this fill plug is right up against the body of the transmission tunnel. And you can kind of see it right here. See that? That's the fill plug right there. And well, because of that, I can't get an Allen in there. Now, there's a special tool for this. I don't have it here in the garage. Some people will just lower the back of the transmission. I'm going to attempt and see if I can just cut a bit off of this Allen. That water scared me, and then I dropped it. But it's okay. The water was just AC condensate stuff.
Did that break? Because I saw a piece of plastic shoot off.
No, thank God. It spooked me. What's wrong with me?
Why were you scared of it?
Huh?
Why were you scared of it?
Probably because I've been watching a scary show. All right, yeah, I can get that in there. So now we are in. Okay, so next I need to drain from the drain. I'm gonna crack the fill plug loose first because it's just good measure to know that you can actually fill it again. Note, this says lifetime oil on the side of this, right here. Really, this is lifetime of warranty, not lifetime actual. So really, you want to replace this fluid probably every 50,000 miles or so. I'm gonna guess this fluid has not been replaced before, but we're gonna put some Redline D6 ATF in this thing, got a new transmission pan and filter to go on this thing, and get this baby, hopefully, a long, healthy life of its ZF 8-speed transmission life.
So Dozer is just lurking behind.
The Dozer is so anxious. He's back there just being, I don't even know what he wants to do. All right, cover's off, and I'm about to undo the drain plug. And then from there, once that is drained from this point, we will then take the pan off. So I'm gonna let that drain out a little bit. We're gonna start taking off this pan. All right, the last couple, which means it's about to become messy. Is that all of them? Way less messy than I thought that was going to be. All right, I need to get a rag and wipe down around the outside of this thing for the seal of the new pan going up. We've got new hardware with the new pan, as well as then we're going to also lubricate the O-ring for the transmission filter that's going to go into the bottom of this. Here, hand me that camera just so I can show what we got going on down here. This is the bottom opening of the ZF8. Getting everything lined up, you can feel the O-ring seat once you get that thing back in place. And I'm just gonna loosely get a couple of the new bolts up in a couple of spots. And then there is a torque sequence for torquing this thing down. You can't just go around the outside. It's almost like a crisscross star pattern so that you can get everything torqued nice and even. And I believe it's a pretty low torque spec as well. So I'm gonna look that up and get these babies tightened down. So now time to fill the transmission. We'll get the pan back on. The pan is torqued down. Gonna fill it with the Redline D6 ATF. Don't have an electric drive pump or pneumatic pump. So got an old school manual pump. So about to get a little shoulder arm workout by pumping this fluid into there. And yeah, let's get at it. Got to fill this thing while it is static, not running. And then once we get this thing filled up to where that fluid starts to drip out from the drain plug with the car not running, then we need to fire the car up, get all of the fluid sucked up into the valve body, into the torque converter, and then pump more fluid into it to get it to its proper fill level. So to know where it actually is filled for proper level, the car has to be running. So this is step one of that fill process. You are going to fire this thing up. So go ahead and start it, and that's gonna get some of the oil from the transmission sucked up into the torque converter. And then I'm gonna go back down and work on pumping more in once you fire it up. And after a few minutes of letting the transmission temperature come up a little bit, because we need to let the transmission temperature rise a little bit before I fill it. So go ahead and fire it. Go ahead and, with foot on the brake, put it in drive. And release it, release the brake a little bit. Yep. And put it in reverse. And back to park. All right, I'm gonna go under and fill this thing a little bit. So everything's tightened back down. We are filled up just with the car running, waiting until you get that nice steady stream out from the fill plug, and everything torqued back down, and now time to put the covers back on and done with the trans service. Next up, going to service the differential by changing the diff fluid in here. We've got Redline 7585 that we're gonna toss into this differential. We've got a fill plug here. There's no drain plug necessarily, so we will drain it by undoing the temp sensor here, taking that sensor out, letting the fluid come out of that port, and then we'll refill it by going through that fill port there. So the sensor's a little bit tricky to get off. I used a pick to get on the back side of it to release the little, whatever, latch on it to get it off of the temp sensor. So now I'm gonna get that temp sensor out. That stuff looks pretty dark, so I do not believe that has been changed. So 17 mil for the temp sensor, and then a 14 mil Allen socket, I guess you would say, for the actual drain plug. I say drain plug, I mean fill plug. All right, let's fill this baby back up. We are now getting our stream out from the fill plug. Got one of my new fill plugs. Seal this baby back up. Torque that down, plug the sensor back in, and diff fluid is exchanged. Feeling so much better about getting all the fluids swapped out on this thing, including the lifetime ones. All updated with those red line fluids for maximum protection for, you know, a pretty solid long service life now.
Yeah, and we have all of these recommended fluids in a new to you kit on our website. We offer that for X-Drive and rear wheel drive G20. So if you have a G20 that needs fluids, check out our site at BimmerWorld.com.
Ready to kill? Should be an awesome race weekend. We are ready to kill it this year. It's good. It's good. It's going to be a wild ride.